and welcome to our self-love story, the audio diary podcast. And here with me is my very first and very special guest, Nori.
Yes, Nori, aka, well, my real name is JaCoria, but...
Okay, so what you want to go by, Nori or JaCoria?
We're going to go by Nori because JaCoria is a lot, so...
Okay, yeah, we're going to go by JaCoria. So this is my very special guest, JaCoria. And I'm so excited to have you here. First of all, I definitely want to say thank you for being my first guest. Thank you for sitting down and talking to me.
You're welcome, of course.
And thanks for willing to be, open and transparent about your self-love story, because that's exactly what we're about to talk about today.
Period.
You excited?
Yes, I'm excited. I'm ready to spill all my business. I'm excited now.
Okay, so first of all, let's cheers to new beginnings.
Cheers.
Cheers. We drinking wine out of coffee cups, but
it's okay because it's still wine at the end of the day.
Exactly. So we're gonna take a sip.
Y'all don't know my cup halfway gone.
Yeah, hers halfway gone. If you got some wine, grab you a cup and join us.
Don't matter what cup, plastic, styrofoam, coffee.
Exactly. Okay, so since we on new beginnings, let's just start off talking about new beginnings. When was the last time you tried something new for the first time?
The last time I tried something new for the first time was starting my own business. I feel like that is something new that I did try. It was very hard in the beginning because it takes a lot to really believe in yourself. Like, a lot of people don't understand how hard it is to believe in yourself. Like, it really takes a lot. Like, you really got to have faith the size of a mustard seed sometimes. So, I feel like when I first started my business, that was really like a breakthrough for me, my personality, and what I want to do with my future.
Right, okay, so I feel the same way. Like, for me, starting this podcast is something extremely new for me. It's very much outside of my comfort zone, like being in front of a camera, having my voice like heard, and like putting my voice on a pedestal, not a pedestal, but just putting my voice out there for people to hear, on the platform, for people to listen to, and just me share my opinion to an audience. You know what I'm saying? Like,
a bigger. And I feel like that's the same thing with my hair business. Like, I was very nervous of the world's perception that it really slowed me down from really starting my own business. Like, I've been doing hair since my sophomore year of college, and I'm now just not graduating college, now starting my business because I was too concerned off of what the world would view it or everybody else's perception. That it's just like, if this your business and you want this to be your business, you're gonna do whatever is right for you and not what's right for other people.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's with anything, like whether it's a business, whether it's like who you choose to date, what job you choose to, pursue, where you want to live, how you want to dress for a day, your hair, your shoes, like all of that at the end of the day should be based on you, what you want to do, and your perception of what's good, what makes you happy. Because at the end of the day,
that's all you got.
Exactly. So let's get into your business. Let's talk about your business. Because we kind of just went right into it. So let us know about you. So we know that you're an entrepreneur. You have a hair business. Tell us about your hair business.
First I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about myself before I dive into my video. Well, like I said, my real name is JaCoria. I got the name Noria because when I was little, I was a very bad kid. Like, let me tell you something.
A baddie though.
Well, I'm a baddie, but look, whoop y'all kids because y'all gonna get the nickname No-No. Because I got the nickname No-No because I was a very bad kid. But then they just started calling me Noria because my name is JaCoria, Noria. So, we kind of ran with it. And it's so crazy because, like, a month ago, I just figured out I've been spelling my nickname wrong.
What?
Like, you know how I got it on Instagram?
Like, spell it.
My mama said it's like Noer, something like that. Like, it's so different from, it's like Norea.
That don't sound right.
Yeah, and it's ugly. So
Yeah.
I personally changed my own nickname. My whole family like, you've been spelling it wrong. I'm like, y'all haven't been telling me.
Yeah, just stick with what you've been doing.
Yes, so I just recently graduated from Michigan State University with a degree in advertising management.
Okay, congrats.
And I minor in entrepreneurship and innovation. I started my hair business because I love hair. Like, I love planning people's hair. Let me flat iron it. Let me put you a ponytail in. Let me do whatever to your hair. So I ventured off in hair my sophomore year of college because I just didn't want to pay for nobody to get my hair done. I was in college. Right. It was very hard to find
hair
people.
is expensive. Like,
yes.
Getting it done, keeping it done.
Yes, it's so expensive. So I'm just like, okay, well, I was already a creative person, so I'm like, let me use my creativity and try to, do this myself. So my sophomore year, I really started doing hair. I used to do like little sew-ins, little quick weaves, nothing too major, like on a mediocre level. And then last year was when I decided I wanted to start my own business. So I just was very inspired to just start my own business, and it wasn't even because I was not working or nothing like that. It was just like, I knew I could do it. Like, I'm going to school to, entrepreneurship and innovation was my minor. So It's like, I know what to do. I know. Yes, like, this is what I've been studying. This is really what I wanted to do. Like, I had no thoughts of being a worker, like a real worker, working for somebody else. Like, a lot of people be like, yeah, I don't want to be a worker because it's lazy. It's just like, me personally, I don't mind having no job. I don't mind having a 9 to 5. But I'm never comfortable in my 9 to 5. So I'm just like, so why not work doing something that I want to do? Because even with my degree, like, I'm like, okay, so if I do find a job in my degree field, then we running with my degree, we gonna work off my degree. Right. So I'm like, I really started my business so I can do something that I want to do and get money from it. Right. Like, you don't want to miss a bag.
Exactly. So you sell weave, and then you make wigs as well. Okay, that's what I'm saying.
And I got some more stuff coming because I'm relaunching my brand. Okay. My relaunch is supposed to be the end of November or the beginning of December. I haven't decided a date yet. Right. I really prepare myself. I feel like when I first started my business, I really rushed everything. And I feel like my relaunch is the professional me. Okay. I feel like when I first started, because I started my business at the beginning of this year. And I feel like at the beginning of this year, I was in a different mindset because I was already telling myself I'm going to be a different person this year. So, like, everything that I was doing, it was all rushed. Like, yeah, let me hurry up and change. Like, let me hurry up and be this new person that I really didn't take the time out to actually work on my business. Like, I feel like at the beginning of the year, I spent so much time thinking about proving people wrong that I didn't even spend time really working with my business. Like, I just hurried up and did it to show the world, like, hey, I got my LLC. Y'all can never. But it's like, they can if you ain't getting a lot of sales either. You feel me?
That's a good point. And I want to talk about that. About being in a rush or feeling like you want to change and you want to be a different person. Or not even you don't have to try to be a completely different person, but wanting to change something about yourself or do something different and feeling like it has to happen right now, today. Like, I have to do a complete 180 on whatever that thing is. And I have felt like that too. For example, like, I'm into health and all of that type of stuff. I'm not always healthy. But I do think that it's important. It is something that I value. So I tried to go vegan like a few months ago. And I was successful for like 4 months. So from like this was like May 2020 to July 2020. And I did it successfully for like 4 months. But ever since then, I've been like kind of struggling. Like, I kind of go back and forth. And when I would like kind of fall off, I would be so hard on myself because it's like, I know that I want to be healthy. I want to have this healthy lifestyle. But instead of giving myself like the time to change and really like change my habits, and
you want to hurry up and do it.
Yeah, I want to do it like tomorrow, like the next day. And anytime I like, eat some chicken, cause I be missing chicken, Girl. Or sometimes I just be lazy and I be hungry. Like, I'm hungry right now. Let me just go to McDonald's, and I would like feel so bad and make myself feel bad, but I had to realize like everything, changing who you are and changing your habits, it takes time.
It takes time, and it also takes a lot of self-discipline. Like,
yes.
I feel like that's what people is lacking. Like, I feel like people, they're like, okay, well, I want to lose weight, for example, losing weight, because everybody feel like they want to lose weight.
Well, what about you as far as like discipline?
Okay, as far as discipline, we gonna say my rebranding of my business. Like, I'm gonna keep it raw and keep it real.
Okay, let's do it.
I am
let me take a little sip.
I am a procrastinator. Like,
me too.
I procrastinate. Like, I have no self-discipline when it comes down to my business at all. Like, I would wake up in the morning. Matter of fact, I would tell myself the night before, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna do a couple of my, cause I work from home. I got that privilege, yes. So I'm like, I'm gonna wake up in the morning. I'm gonna do a little bit of work, and then I'm gonna focus some more on my business. Girl, I wake up in the morning and I sleep till like 1 o'clock.
Okay, like, so let me ask you something, cause I do the same thing. What do you think is the root of that procrastination? Because I know what my root is. Mm-hmm. I want to know.
I feel like the root of that procrastination is I'm lazy. Like, I feel like I don't push myself. I feel like I do not give myself that drive, that I act like I don't want it. And I think that that's what my problem is. I need to start acting like I want it, like I want to go get it, like I can get it, I am going to get it. Like, I have a go-getting mindset, but I feel like another reason also is the launching of my business, my first launching. Like, don't get me wrong, I did get wig orders. I'm not going to say I did not get wig orders. Mm-hmm. It was that I expected so much when I first started, that when my business started, I expected myself to be on top. Right. So now, since I'm rebranding my business, my expectation is very low, because I set my standards so high when I first started my business. I only got a couple orders, that now it's like, do I really want to rebrand it this hard? Because what if I only get a couple orders again?
Yeah, well, yeah. You don't have to like lower your standards, but just give yourself the time to grow. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like, give yourself and your business time to learn the business, to learn your customers, mm-hmm. to learn the best way to handle your business.
And that's just like you saying you're vegan. Like,
I'm not vegan.
I mean, when she was vegan.
I'm like on and off vegan. You know, I'm off right now. I might be on.
Right. You didn't give your body that time to actually get used to it. And that's just like people in your mind, and like, my heart. People don't understand. I took this psychology course in class, so I know what I'm talking about. People don't understand how your mind and your brain play a huge part of whatever you do. Mm-hmm. Like, whatever you do. All of them nerves and everything that we tried to ignore in high school, baby, you go to psychology in college, and that would break it down and show you how much your mind played. Like, for example, I forgot what part of the brain it is, but it's a part of the brain. Like, for example, if you lose weight and you lose a whole bunch of weight, right? Mm-hmm. Your mind have like this stimulus in it. So, like, say for instance, you eat a piece of chicken. Mm-hmm. Your mind going to reinvert back to what you was before. Mm-hmm. That chicken eater 24/7. Right. So, therefore, that's how it's so hard for you to lose weight and stuff like that. Because soon you go back to that same path, your mind going to go back to that same path with you.
I've heard something like that. Yeah. Okay, so I want to share what I feel like the root of my procrastination is. Mm-hmm. And for me, I feel like the root of my procrastination is fear.
Oh, yeah.
Fear on so many different levels. Fear of because I'm doing something new. Mm-hmm. Fear because I feel like people might judge me. Fear because maybe my voice is not valued. People mm-hmm. don't want to hear what I have to say. Mm-hmm. Maybe what I say or my opinion is dumb, right, or it's stupid, or I don't communicate it in a way that people will understand. It's just like fear, just fear on top of fear on top of fear. And with this podcast, it's like I have launched it now, which I am proud of myself for, you know.
Right, yay.
I am proud of myself for being fearful, but still doing it.
But still doing it, and that's what's more important. Like, forget the fear. Like, once you do it, you did it. You accomplish your fear, and you don't even realize it.
Yeah, and it's like, maybe my fear is not Maybe I didn't overcome it yet, but that's okay because fear does not have to stop you.
Right, and who told you that you gotta overcome all your fears at your age?
Right.
Like, we got a whole lifetime to live.
Yes.
I ain't never gonna get scared not be scared of snakes no more. Snakes is the most terrifying animal ever.
Yeah, girl.
But that's not saying by the time I'm 25, I need to be not scared of snakes no more. Like, you're gonna have that fear, but it's all about your mindset and you overcoming those fears to be better and do better for yourself.
Yeah. Okay, so here on this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want to really just talk about, we just talked about fear, and I really want to use this as a way, basically, like I said, like an audio diary, and get into the root of my feelings, the feelings of my guests, our, like, mindsets and all of that. So, and then to also be a place where we can have discussion and grow together, you know what I'm saying? So, what do you think is, like, a good way, or a way that you could possibly overcome procrastination, overcome feeling lazy, having fear? Like, let's start thinking of some ways that we could do that. So
Well, I only got one way, and I don't know if everybody else religious, but me personally, the only way I get over my fears is through faith and through Christ.
Okay, Jesus turned water to wine, so I'm taking.
So we're gonna take a shot. Look, I'm talking. We're gonna take a shot.
I'm taking a sip.
We're just gonna take a sip,
Okay. How about not smacking?
I just spilled this on me.
Okay, we're gonna keep.
But yes, I think that having faith is what helped me get over my fears. Like, if you don't have faith, you don't got nothing. Like,
so you pray, you go to church. Like, what do you do?
You know what? I don't go to church like that, but I go to church like it's in my heart. Like, you feel me? Like, and that's another thing. Like, you don't have to go to church. You don't have to pray. You don't have to, oh my God, Jesus, thank you, to have faith. Like, just trusting God and just knowing that, like, yeah, God, I'm scared, but you can do it. Like, Daniel in the lion den.
Okay.
He was in that lion den. He was not scared. I think he was a little scared. But I was about to, like, he got over his fear in the end. Like, despite of what he was going through, he still was able to get over his fears. And that was all through Christ, through God, through whatever. So I feel like you having faith in yourself and you having faith in whatever God, whatever Lord that you worship will really get you through it. Like, you can have a little bit of faith. Like, the teeniest amount of faith. And that teeny amount will go the longest way. I've seen people in the lowest of lowest, like, I reached the dead end of my life. But they had that little bit of faith, and they really turned their life around just off that strength of that pinch of faith that they had.
Okay. So for you, getting over laziness and procrastination, you use your faith for that. Okay, I feel like I do a similar thing. I didn't grow up in church. You grew up in church, so I don't have that, like, I don't know. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I don't, because I didn't grow up going to church all the time and being in a super, like, church focused or God focused environment. Right. But I do pray and I talk to God, and I talk to God how I talk to you. I do too. I keep it respectful.
I do too.
But I just be like, hey God, and I just say, I just speak what's on my heart. And I do feel like that does help. And for me, I feel like the honesty that comes from that is what really helps me. Like if I'm in a situation, or not a situation, but I'm in a phase where I'm feeling like so much fear or whatever my feeling is at the time, I feel like that honesty that I have with myself and with God as I'm speaking is what really helps me. So if I'm working on my podcast and I'm like, I've been talking about this, telling people about it, thinking about it, planning it by myself, but I'm still scared. Like, I'm taking baby steps. Like, I'm moving, but I'm moving with a lot of hesitation. I just really, like, I don't know if it's meditation, but I just really, like, sit and just ask myself, like, Brandy, how are you feeling right now? Like, what is this emotion that you're experiencing? Like, okay, I feel, like, anxious. I feel like I have a lot of fear with doing this new thing. Okay, so then I say, or I ask myself, not talking out loud, but you know, in my head, I'm just like, okay, so why is that? Like, why am I feeling so much fear? Like, why am I so scared for people to hear my voice? Why am I so self-conscious about what people would think about what I have to say? You know, why don't I think that people will value my opinion? And then as I start like breaking that down and just being real with myself, and you know, as I'm, you know, I don't know if it's like prayer or if it's just like meditation. I don't know what you call it, but I just try to really figure out what's going on in my heart and what I'm feeling. And as I break that down, I'm like, okay, I'm feeling fear because, you know, maybe I'm self-conscious. Maybe I don't have as much confidence in myself as I should. Maybe that's something that I need to work on. So for me, what helps and what I try to do, I don't always do it, but just sitting down, processing my emotions, and being real with myself. Like, let me tell you how I view emotions and how I try to use my emotions. And I think it's helpful. So you let me know what you think. So I think emotions, for me, how I use them, I use emotions as a guide. And I used to let my emotions like, and I'm not saying used to like I have fully mastered it, but I am at a point now where I'm like aware. I'm more aware, so I try to catch myself. Because I used to view emotions, or I used to let my emotions just always, like negative emotions, I would let them bring me down. And let them like affect my mood and get sad and get, just sad. And I still, you know, deal with emotions like that sometimes, but now that I am aware, I can catch myself. So I like to look at emotions as a guide. So, for example, like I was saying, if I'm feeling fear, right? Once I get to the root of that fear, and I'm like, okay, I'm feeling fear because I'm really not confident in myself. I'm self-conscious, right? Now that I know that the root of my fear is that I'm self-conscious, that lets me know something about myself. And it gives me a starting point for growth. So that's how I like to look at emotions, as a guide to say, to teach you, one, about yourself and like what triggers you. Because I feel like emotions are like, what's the word? Like an immediate unconscious reaction. And I feel like it's the truest reflection of you. You know?
I mean, it's a part of life.
Right. Like you can come up with a plan, but a plan, you think about it and you process it, but your emotion, it happens instantly. It happens without you even thinking about it. So I feel like your emotions are the truest representation of
who you are.
Who you are.
And how you can express yourself in situations.
Right. So if you like use that because it's so true to you and it's so raw and you can't even like fake it if you wanted to, that I feel like that's a good starting point to learn and to grow. So like if, for example, like sometimes during the pandemic or even a few months ago, I didn't have like too many close relationships, like as far as friendships, because I have a tendency to like cut people off, but we're gonna talk about that another day. But I was like at a point where I didn't really have friends and I wasn't going out, and I would be on Instagram looking at other people like they look like they having fun, like they hanging out with their friends all the time, like they getting cute, they going out. And I'm at home, my daddy going out more than me. I'm at home like, dang, I don't really have nobody to hang out with. And it was like making me sad, right? So when I would like be in those moments when I'm sad because I'm at home, then I just started reflecting like, okay, why am I so sad right now? And it's because I ain't got no friends. Okay, Brandy, why you ain't got no friends? Because you cut everybody off. Why you cut everybody off? Why you have a problem? Why is it hard for you to be forgiving? Why is it hard for you to let stuff go? Why you cut people off so easily? Which are all things that I do and that I'm aware of. And so once I got to the root where it was like, I want to have friends, I want to have close relationships with people, I don't want to be alone, then that gives me a place to start. And I'm not just sitting there sad and it's not doing nothing for me. Like just sitting around sad, or mad or whatever emotion that you feel or that I feel, because I can't tell the next person, you know, how to deal with stuff. But for me, just sitting around sad, it has nothing comes from that.
Right, and it's so crazy
sad
that you say that, because literally, like, not too long ago, I went through that exact same feeling. Like,
what?
As crazy as it sounds, not having no friends, as crazy as it sounds, when people see me, they be like,
girl, but you be in the streets though. Like, I don't know about,
and that's so.
that, because I think she on here lying. But okay.
No, and that's so funny, because people be like, yeah, you in the streets, you in the streets, you in the streets. But it's like, I do be outside, but I feel like the people around, you know what, I'm going to say this lightly, because it's not that I feel like the people around me is only for the turn up. Mm-hmm. I feel like, yeah, I be outside, I have fun, but at the end of the day, it's only like 1-2 people I can genuinely call my friend. Like, just because I see you on Instagram turning up, like, yeah, like, homegirl, she go outside every weekend with her friends, but is those really her friends? Like, is them really the people that she really rocking with, or is she just doing it because she bored at the crib and want to go turn up? So I had to look at it in a point of view like, yeah, you know, so-and-so be outside 24/7, or, oh, because me, I like being outside every weekend. But at the end of the day, I'm not finna go and try to be friends with somebody else, or try to be cool with somebody else, or try to be, you know, try to rebuild my relationship with my old friends in order for me to be outside because I want to be outside.
So how does that feel to, like, be around people who you, like, not sure if they're really your friend? Like, what is that like?
It's not even that. I'm not sure they're really my friends. Okay. It's like, sometimes you gotta separate your friend group. You got those friends that you can call and turn up. Hey, Brandy. Hey, so-and-so. Hey, this, hey, that. Let's turn up. Like, you my turn up buddy. I know I can call you to turn up. But at the end of the day, yeah, you got all these turn up friends, but who can you call when you really going through something? Mm-hmm. Like,
that's a good point about, like, expectations from people and relationships and friendships. I feel like that's a whole another episode day, girl.
No, we're gonna get into that another time. I don't get to come back to the podcast when it comes down to friends, because I got something to say.
Yeah, because I read this book and they talked about that, and it really, like, hit home. Thank you for tuning into this week's episode of Our Self-Love Story. I hope this content helps you as you embark on your own self-love journey. Please rate and review the show and join the OSLS community conversation on YouTube today. Your post could be our next conversation starter. Stay tuned for next week's episode coming Saturday at 1 p.m.